Here's 2 ways to get that widescreen anamorphic cinematic look in DaVinci Resolve. So this clip was shot at 16:9 aspect ratio in 4K, and we've got it in this 4K 16:9 UHD timeline. The first way allows you to mix aspect ratios but add a few costs, which we'll talk about, and the second way lets you create a native widescreen video file. For the first version, we're going to come over to the media pool and we're going to go and grab one of these black letterboxing templates. These are simply image files, PNG files that you put on top of your footage to create that widescreen effect. And there are some disadvantages to this. I'll put a link to these ones in the description, but first of all, choose the timeline resolution. In our case, it's 4K UHD. Open that up, and then you've got all of these PNG files. But if you were to look at these in your Explorer, you can see these are giving us the different aspect ratios, and all of these are named with the aspect ratio. So for example, 1.85 to 1 or 239 to 1. Let's go and grab the 2.39 to 1 aspect ratio, and we'll just drag that over on top of the video file and make sure it's the right length. Straight away now you can see that we've got that wide screen cinematic black boxing effect. Click on the video clip, open the inspector, and then use the Y position to reframe this. And now you've got this widescreen effect. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of this approach? The first advantage is you can just have these black bars coming in at different times. For some of the video, you could just have 16:9 aspect ratio, and then for some super cinematic bits of the video, you could add these black bars just to really emphasize those parts of the video. The downside of this approach is you can see that it looks like widescreen here, but these black bars, this PNG image, will actually be rendered into the final video. So you'll still be exporting a 16:9 4K video, but some of that bitrate or data rate will be taken up with just encoding those black bars, and that effectively means that you're wasting some data. But more importantly, it means if you go and view this exported file on a nice widescreen TV or projector, those black bars will still be there, and your video won't take up as much height and width as it can if you use the second version I'm about to show you. The second method requires you to actually change your timeline settings. You can do this at the project level, but if you've already created a timeline, you can do it there too. I'll quickly show you the project level first. Go up to File menu, choose Project Settings, and then change these dimensions or use one of these presets. If you've already got a timeline created, right click on it, choose Timelines, Timeline Settings, untick, use Project Settings, and then go and choose the resolution that you want. Now we need to do a little bit of maths. At the minute, this timeline is 4K UHD, so 3840 wide by 2160 high. We need to divide this first number by the aspect ratio that we want. So let's say we wanted to use this 2.39 to 1 aspect ratio that we used with the PNG version. We start off with the width and then divide it by 2.39. That gives us a value of 1606.69, and we can round this up to 1607. Let's go and do that. This is the height of our new timeline, and click OK. And now you can see that we've got these black bars at the top and bottom, but we've got this missing space at the left and right. To fix that, come back to your timeline settings, change the mismatched resolution option to scale full frame with crop. Click OK. Now that's going to take up all of the entire frame of our 2.39 to 1 aspect ratio. As before, click on the clip and you can reframe it however you want. And this is what it looks like. Check out this video next. YouTube thinks you'll really like it. Please subscribe for loads more DaVinci Resolve tutorials. I'm Jason Roberts, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.